make no mistake about it, Trump had a bad night. He rose to the bait repeatedly when she baited him, something I'm sure his advisors had begged him not to do. In the first debate when Biden attacked him, he just kept his cool and kept going. In this debate, he rose to debating, and we heard so many of the old grievances that we'd long thought that Trump had learned were not winners politically. Mm-hmm. And there they all were, talking about how he didn't lose the election and all that. I mean, my sense is that she came out of this in pretty good shape. Now, how long this will last and is anybody's guess. But for tonight, at least, this was pretty much her night.
You're saying she had a good night.
Let me just say, when even the network that was forced to pay $787 million because they would stop at nothing to lie on Trump's behalf comes out and says that Donald Trump's debate performance was bad, that's how you know it was an unmitigated disaster. That was Fox's Brit Hume acknowledging objective reality that what Donald Trump did on that debate stage in no way, on no planet, helped his campaign. And let's be clear, it wasn't just Brit Hume. The fallout from Trump's debate performance extended even to the Republican conference of the U.S. Senate.
This was classic President Trump performance. In the case of Kamala Harris, most people didn't know her terribly well, other than a few clips that were not flattering that you might see on the internet. And people saw, oh, actually, she's an intelligent, capable person who has a point of view on issues, and she demonstrated that time and again.
And of course, all of this bruised Donald Trump's ego to such a staggering degree that he decided to call in to Fox and Friends in the morning to do some desperate damage control.
And I hope that Lawrence, if you're listening, Lawrence, I hope you go and do a little shout-out poll. And I don't know the people there, but I love the people there. I can see it. But why don't you do a shout-out poll who they thought won the debate last night? It would be great.
We always do the poll at the end, Mr. President. I think you.
Why don't you do it while I'm on the? Yeah, but I'm on the phone now.
Okay.
This guy made the Fox anchor standing in a diner, which, as we all know, is where Donald Trump's supporters nest, just waiting for conservative media to do live reporting, do a live poll in real time so that Trump could hear some people clap for him. I mean, dear God, is this not just the peak of pathetic? If this guy was any more desperate for adulation, he would hire people to applaud his very existence. Wait, sorry, I forgot that's why he has campaign staff. But even that backfired, because one of those diner patrons decided to ask an actual policy question, and as we all know, that doesn't exactly bode well for Trump.
But Mr. President, this young lady right here, she's concerned about the future of the country, she's concerned about the grandkids, and she's concerned about the stress on these parents. Ma'am, what is your question for the former president?
I would like to know what kind of programs or policies he could implement to reduce the parental stress with parents having to work 1, 2. I have family members who are working 3 jobs trying to make ends meet right now.
Yeah.
Spending more and more time away from their families.
That's right. Well, we have big,
What are you going to do on day one, Mr. President?
Right. Childcare is a #1 priority, and I have no choice because I have a daughter named Ivanka, and maybe you never heard of my Ivanka, but I have a daughter named Ivanka, and that's all she talks to me about is childcare for the people, and she's the one that got it started, and Marco Rubio helped a lot, and a lot of the Republican senators, we put in a great childcare, and we'll be expanding that, and that will help you a lot.
I mean, on one hand, whenever Donald Trump is able to control himself enough not to start screaming about migrants eating pet cats, I guess that could be chalked up to a win. On the other hand, Trump has now had multiple opportunities to answer the childcare question, and he whiffs it every single time. It's almost impressive at this point how this guy is able to field the same question day after day, in interview after interview, and not once does he think to himself, hey, maybe I should learn about childcare. Maybe I should adopt a policy position on childcare. Maybe I should have even one specific proposal about childcare. Nope. Instead, we get, elect me so that we can do great things for childcare. When I'm the president, we'll do the best childcare. You've never seen childcare this good. Trump was then asked by Fox if he would do another debate, and I did discuss this in a video that I posted earlier today. You can click that link right on the screen to watch. But here's what happened when he was offered the prospect of even a Fox debate.
Mr. President, I know when we started the interview, you said that you felt that you won the debate last night, your best ever. I think before the debate happened last night, the Kamala Harris people said that they would actually like to do another debate in October. And I know that last night Fox News sent letters to your campaign and her campaign offering 3 dates of debates moderated by Martha and Brett. One is October 9th in Arizona.
Well, I wouldn't want to have Martha and Brett. I'd love to have somebody else other than Martha and Brett. I'd love to have, frankly, Sean or Jesse or Laura. Somebody else. Let's give other people a shot. But I didn't think Martha and Brett were good last night. I thought Jesse was fantastic last night. What he said, Jesse really got it. Jesse said Trump won that debate. We won that debate by a lot. No, I wouldn't want Martha involved.
So not only was Fox News hosting it not enough for him, but now he needs a breathlessly pro-Trump opinion host moderating the debate. That's the condition. This guy is so incapable of standing on his own 2 feet alone that he needs the single most partisan pundits on stage with him. Republicans whine about David Muir and Lindsey Davis and them being partisan, and then immediately call for the most partisan moderators they could possibly think of. It's almost like they don't actually care about partisanship, they just want partisanship in their favor. Shocking, huh? Also, I don't know who needs to hear this, but Trump's problem here was not the moderators. The moderators were not why Donald Trump started screaming about migrants eating pet cats on stage. The moderators were not why Donald Trump lost his skull about his crowd size at rallies. The moderators were not why Donald Trump started claiming that doctors were murdering babies after they were born. The moderators were not why Donald Trump said any of the stupid shit he said. That was all Trump. He did that all on his own. That is who he is. So if Republicans are upset now about how things went down, the blame doesn't lie with the moderators or the network or his advisors or his opponent. It lies with the candidate. That's what we saw on that stage. That's who he is. That everybody on the right now recognizes there was a huge problem is a tacit admission that they all know how much of an embarrassment Trump really is. The fact is that Trump can obfuscate, he can deflect, he can cast blame every which way, but the responsibility for what happened on that stage lies solely with him. Fox knows that, Republican politicians know that, his aides know that, but what they also know, even if they refuse to admit it, is that the problem isn't any of the conspiracy theories they've cooked up to pass the buck. The problem is their candidate, an unhinged, mentally deficient narcissist who has shown his ass, metaphorically speaking, thank God, to the entire nation. Roughly 60 million people watched that debate, and that number will continue to rise as more people continue to tune in. That was likely the last moment that Donald Trump had to make his case to the American people, and the message he went with was this.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
Before you go, just a quick note, if you'd like to see more of my content, which is always free of advertising, sponsorships, and paywalls, please make sure to subscribe to this channel using the subscribe button right here on the screen. And if you'd like to support my work even further, you can grab a copy of my instant #1 New York Times selling book, Shameless, available for sale right now. That link is also on the screen. Thanks so much for watching.